All right, we're live. Excuse me. Oh, I left my water upstairs. I think that's whatever. I'll get it later. Welcome everyone. Stuff around here. There's a little. It's a little bit chaotic here in my desk here for the live streams. Like if you saw my space, you'd be like, man, you gotta clean this up. Anyways, we are back. We're doing another live stream. So I wanted to do this stream today since I was more free today. And again, like last week I was on a little bit of a hiatus. Things I needed to focus on. So I wasn't joining panels, I wasn't doing any lives, but I should be a little more active this week. Maybe not like super often. Like I don't expect me to be on every single Brother Maverick panel. Don't expect a live stream. Uh, don't expect a live stream every week, right? So just we're getting back into the groove, right? I'm just trying to balance real life and YouTube, but we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out, right? Lord willing. So, anyways, I want to do this live stream today because soon I am starting my series on John Ray Brown. What's going on? I do see your question in the chat. I'll get to it in a second. So I wanted to do the stream. I was originally going to use Restream Studio and kind of test it out, but I was messing with it. It's like I'm not a fan of this. It's just the aesthetic is not the same as StreamYard. It doesn't have the watermark in the top right corner. Well, it does, but it's not as obnoxious as StreamYard's. However, the issue is like it doesn't have that 30-second intro that you just saw. And I wasn't a big fan of the aesthetic, to be honest. Like the aesthetic of it, I really just wasn't buying it. Like you see how my name here has the blue and the white under it. Restream was a little okay. So it is what it is. Like maybe I'll come back to it in the future, but I'm just gonna stick to StreamYard for the studies. So the introduction to John will drop this Thursday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, I believe. I already have it like posted. It's a scheduled post. So I got to get some videos. I got to work on multiple discussions that I have not posted yet. With Aladdin, there was a Gnostic I spoke to. There was a Muslim I spoke to on the deity of Christ. The one with that one Muslim on Surah 5, which he literally said that you can't know what the Quran says. So yeah, I gotta get to those. That's I've been slacking on that, so I do apologize for that. Okay, John Ray Brown. I'm sorry. Here, let me put your okay. All right, way to go, StreamYard for being slow there. All right. Hey, how can you die with how many gods died on the cross? Answer. Oh, die. Okay, how can you answer? Sorry, yeah, you got it. I got it. Yeah. So this is an argument that's getting popular for Muslims, and they're trying to make it sound like the Trinity is three gods with this question. What's going on, Layman's Seminary? So basically, the argument is, well, if Jesus Christ is God and died on the cross, but the Father didn't die, that's two gods. That's essentially the argument. Now, the way to respond to this is to ask him to clarify: are you speaking of the essence or the person? Or in other words, as Grafted worded it to me when he shared with me on this, are you talking about in a modal sense or in a predicative sense? So if you're referring to a modal sense, it would essentially refer to the essence, right? So in the essence, no gods died, right? The divine essence doesn't die. Essences don't die. That's not how it works. All right, persons die, not essences. So if you say God, you're picking out essence, then it's going to be zero. No gods died. Now, the predicative sense would refer to the person, because when you say predicated to, you're putting a predicate on a subject. So, for example, if I say, I am man, right? I'm predicating man to myself, right? That's my qualia, right? So, or Socrates is wise, right? Like, so in that sense, each person of the Trinity can be called God, respectively, by a predication. So in that case, then all you're saying is one person died. So when you say God there, you're picking out persons. So it's just three persons, which still, like, I argue that that's still one God. So the argument depends upon you not qualifying it. If you answer without qualifying, then you give the Muslim what they want, or whoever's running the argument, maybe Unitarian. I think I saw a Unitarian running it recently. If you do not qualify it, you give the anti-Trinitarian what they want, and then now they have the upper hand. As long as you force them to qualify it, and they're gonna avoid the qualification, right? In what I've seen, they do not like to qualify the answers whatsoever. Which tells me that they know that the argument is deceptive, so they intentionally avoid qualifying it. So as long as you keep it under the, as long as you continue to try to qualify it, you're fine, right? They're gonna accuse you of running or whatnot. Just bring it back to the qualification every time. In fact, oh, I'm sorry. I don't have my phone down with me, so I might have to like view it through YouTube just to double check. But as I was saying, as long as you continue to qualify it, you're going to be fine. In fact, if you force them, right, if you try to force them to be under the burden of proof to, qualify what they mean, then you're good. It sounds clever at first. My computer's gonna die. It sounds clever at first, but once you break it down and have the qualifications, then the argument is essentially refuted. Give me 1 second. This is. Hold on. This is like a puzzle right here. Okay. Almost got tangled up in my own wires here. All right. Let me take that down a little bit. All right. So. Yeah, no problem. All right. So yeah, there are discussions that I have to get to posting. And I'll try to work on that periodically. Some videos I want to work on. Actually, I do want to work on a video on the temptation of Christ, because that was a core issue when I was on Bible Lovers stream for briefly. Like, it was like about maybe 15 minutes after I got home from youth group and torture myself playing volleyball there. I'm not good at volleyball, but oh my goodness, what was I gonna say? So anyways, I joined a stream just briefly because I didn't want to like break my hiatus by just joining streams. I needed to take a break for that week. But the topic of Christ's temptation in Matthew 4 came up, and so we discussed it a little bit, and I said that I would try to make a video on it because there was obviously a lot more to it than we realized. Like, there's two interpretations, right? There's going to be the interpretation that he's tempted in virtue of his human nature, and then there's the argument from external versus internal temptation. Both successfully refute the Unitarian argument. However, the issue is which one is better and which one's more accurate. And we were wrestling with that a little, like, this one has this advantage here, but this one not. So I'm looking to do a video on that, just kind of covering all the information pertaining to that. And he will probably cover it soon because he's doing his study on Matthew, and that comes up in the next chapter. He just did Matthew chapter 3 last night. I didn't catch all the study because I was gaming after. That was like late at night. I was just gaming with some friends, destroying them, for a bit. And I saw he was live. I was like, well, I got to listen at least for a little bit. So I caught part of it, asked him a question, and yeah. The Father's greater than I is what they were spamming at me. So I heard it doesn't kill the Trinity, but explain it for me. John 14:28. Yeah, let me pull up the Bible here. We're just going to read, as they say. Now, I like to explain this without going outside of the book of John. And hey, look at that. There he is, Bible Lover, right? The Matthew, we're just talking about the Matthew 3, oh my goodness, Matthew 3 study, and that you're gonna cover the temptation of Christ probably soon in chapter 4. And I gotta do a video on it. I have an outline in the process of being completed. All right, so John 14:28, I like to explain by just staying in the book of John and letting John just interpret himself, right? So, and I will go to just, normally it's only like one verse that I go outside of John 4. and nothing more. Whoops. All right, hold on, 1 second, 1 second. I didn't even share the screen. Let me do that first of all. All right. And I think it's Ezekiel 32:27, I believe. I probably should have actually started with that. Whatever, it's fine. We'll figure it out. All right. So John 14:28. You have heard me say to you, I am going away and coming back to you. If you love me, you would rejoice because I said, I am going to the Father, for my Father is greater than I. And I don't know why there are highlights here. And okay, what in the world is happening? Hold on. Let's fix this. Come on. Okay, there we go. I don't want to leave those highlights there. What? Okay, there we go. All right. Anyway, so because I said I'm going to the Father, for my Father is greater than I. So the argument is essentially Jesus says the Father is greater than him. Therefore, Jesus is not God because he has God above him, the Father, right? So God is supposed to be the greatest. So how can the Father be greater than Jesus, right? Essentially, that's something along the lines of what the argument is getting at. Now, once again, I want to make the distinction between person and essence. Let me pin that comment there real quick with the link. I still don't know why YouTube doesn't let me do it. Yeah, let me actually test it right now. Maybe it's fixed. Who knows? It could be fixed. Oh, it worked. Wait, it worked. Oh my goodness, it worked. Hold on. I'll get back to John 14. Don't worry. I just want to. It actually worked. Oh my goodness. It worked. It finally worked. I don't know why now, but it worked. The stream, the link is there. It worked. Okay, that's good. All right. Uh-oh. Okay, hold on. Am I there, guys? Hello? Testing 1, 2. Oh, okay. I think I'm back. Let me know if it lagged a little bit. It looked like it lagged on my side here for a second. I'm sorry if that's the case. I don't know what's going on. The Wi-Fi should be fine. But yeah, it worked. Wow. Okay. Jeez, dude. Okay. Okay. Let's get back to the. I'm sorry. Let me get back to the. All right. Let's fix this here. Let's fix everything. All right. So yeah. So that's essentially the argument, and I want to make the distinction. So if I say I am greater than my dog, right? Obviously, there's going to be a difference in nature, which is what you are, right? A dog has its own nature or essence that's lesser than a human's nature. However, if I say that I'm greater than my employee, then that's going to be greater in the sense of position. And I'm going to explain why that's important in a second. But just to highlight that distinction, you can be greater in position, but still have the same nature as someone. Not homoousios or one substance like the Father and Son is, but still you don't have a lesser nature. It's of the same kind, right? Now, to connect that to John 14:28. Actually, wait a minute. Why did I even get Ezekiel? Hold on. This is not even. It's not even relevant. Oh my goodness. Hold on. I confused this with another argument. Give me a second. Actually, I can leave John 1. It's fine. I can leave John 1 in there, but I confused this with another argument. I'm sorry. I'm a little slow today. But let's go down. So just to kind of give the point, right? The word here, which is the pre-existent Son, the pre-existent Christ, right here is one substance with the Father, as the Word was with God and was God, right? He is by nature God. And we'll cover that more in depth as we study John, but the Greek essentially is referring to the nature of the word there as being God. Whereas here, he is distinct from the Father, right? And then obviously the word became flesh, right? Dwelt among us. Now, John 17:5 is important. And now, O Father, glorify me together with yourself, with the glory which I had with you before the world was. So notice, what in the world? Okay, hold on. This I don't know why there's so many technical difficulties today. I'm so sorry, guys. And now, O Father, so glorify me together with yourself. Notice the Son asking to be glorified on the same exact level as the Father, with the glory which I had with you before the world was. Now, why is this important? We just read about the incarnation in John 1 there, right? The word is with God, word was God, and yet he became flesh. Why is this doing this? Okay. So he became flesh, right? So there's the incarnation. But with that, the word is going to enter creation, walk among this creation, or some people word it as the dusty streets of Galilee, right? So he's in this humble state, and John 17:5 demonstrates that, because Jesus says there was a time where he was with the Father, right? The glory which I had with you before the world was. He is there with the Father before creation, sharing in glory. And yet when he enters his creation, there's going to be a sort of limitation to where he is in a humbled state, like it talks about in Philippians 2, which you can bring the discussion in that direction after covering John. I think it's better to cover John first, because of people's view on Paul and how, oh, well, Paul is a heretic, right? So if you cover John first, then go to Philippians, I think that strengthens the argument. So essentially, the Father is greater in position because the Son has lowered himself, right? The Son has entered creation and is now just walking among men, right? Being rejected, being despised, about to be crucified at this point, right? Because he says in John 17:4, I finished the work which you've given me to do. It's all done. They're going to do it, right? So, yeah. I hope that helps. I'm sorry if I worded that awkwardly or if there was many pauses. I just gotta lock in. I got to get back into the groove of this. Okay. Yep, he's not joining. I did forget to mention I was gonna try to see if I can invite this guy in my comments, and he's not joining. He just told me that I don't have to. So I did not watch that stream. Why is this so slow, dude? Oh my goodness. I did not watch that stream, but yeah, I might have to check it out. Apparently the police came or whatever. But yeah, so this guy here, I'm not gonna share the name. I'm not that kind of person, but he made a few comments, like, for example, he started off talking about how, oh, well, Christians commit the verbatim fallacy too. And I was trying to ask him, like, well, first of all, I condemn that, but second of all, where have I ever used the fallacy? Long story short, he couldn't demonstrate I've ever used it. Said, well, maybe you've done it before, maybe you made a mistake before, we're all human. And then started ranting about how Jesus is not the Messiah because of the resurrection being a future event in Jewish theology, how Paul is an innovator, that I can't prove God exists, etc., etc. And yeah. So he's not joining. I just saw the comment 8 minutes ago. He replied that he's not going to join the stream because I don't go in fruitless back and forth in the comments. If it's going to be a waste of time, I end the discussion on a strong note and then leave it there. It's not worth it. It's really not worth it. So yeah. I did not catch that live stream from God Logic though. I'll have to. I don't know if there's gonna be highlights or something, because I don't know if it was 3 hours. All I saw was a title that, like, Sheikh Uthman called the cops or something. Let me actually look at this right now. Let me see if I can find this. God Logic. Like, I'm assuming he, like, went to Uthman in person, which Uthman has been begging for debates with the top Christian apologists. So I don't know what he would call the cops for.
Over here.
Y'all don't have the reminder?
Let's get that reminder, man.
That's why Allah sent down the Quran after,
Okay,
so we can correct the belief.
Okay, let's stop here. Let's stop here. Okay. So,
It's really laggy. I'm sorry, guys. I'm lagging a lot. No, someone was harassing his wife. Oh. Okay. Are you talking about Uthman's or you'll see it get physical. Okay, you know what? I'll try to check this out later because this is so slow. So it's like it's horrible. All right. Anyway, so I don't know if there's any more questions in the chat. I don't know if anyone wants to join for a discussion. What I'll do, I could oh, he didn't come. Oh wow. All right. Yep, of course. Of course. Let's see here. I'm gonna look at a few comments for now. And there's some wild ones right now that I have. It's insane. Wait a second. Let me let this load. Screen sharing was changed to make sure to click on share and then what? Dude, why is this so slow? I honestly, I might just move closer and turn off my camera or something. I don't know. We'll have to see. Dude, this is actually this is really slow. Okay, hold on. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm gonna move closer, but I'm gonna have to turn off my camera. I think I don't know. You gotta be kidding me, dude. All right, one moment. Okay, that's somewhat good. All right. I don't, there's no desk here. I'm like literally on just a bed downstairs, but it's closer to the Wi-Fi, so it should be better. We'll see what happens. I'm sorry about that. It's just this is so slow and it's unbearable. All right. I'm going to. Oh, wait a minute. Let me sort by newest. Why? Published. Okay. This is all right. Anti-socialite Apollo. Hold on. All right, there we go. How is Jesus God? Well, what can Allah do that Jesus can't? Jesus knows the unseen, was holy and never touched by the finger of Satan, allegedly made a living bird from clay, so he's the creator and giver of life. Jesus sent messengers, according to the Hadith. When Isa returns and the devil sees him, the devil will dissolve like salt and water. Based on Hadith and the Quran, it's obvious Jesus is God who's called Spirit of Allah and the Word of Allah. And you know the Abdul doesn't accept the Bible. Before you rob a house. What? Huh? What the heck does this mean, bro? What? Okay, I want to talk about this really quick. Because number one, this is a very vague, like this is just vague argumentation. Like you can make the bird in the clay, that is good. All right, that's a good argument. Everything else here is just super vague, and it's like it's odd. Like I would not use this against a Muslim. So that's just going to be number one here. Number two, I'm quoting the Bible because this is a stream. That was a stream about the Bible originally that I posted to YouTube. I happened to post it because it wasn't my stream. It was someone else's TikTok stream that I posted with permission. Okay, so if we're talking about Jesus being God, we're not going to be quoting the. I'm about to crash out right now, so let me compose myself. Okay, so there's an issue I have with certain apologists today that they don't confront biblical illiteracy with the Bible. Everything goes back to a text outside of the Bible. So for example, someone is asked about the Bible. Okay, let's quote the Quran. Like that's that no. Just no. No. That's exactly what Muslims do. Right? I mean, on some recent streams I've been on with Brother Maverick, where we're trying to make arguments against the Quran, when we're actually talking about the Quran, when that happens to be the topic, then they go to the Bible. So if we're going to say, oh, why are you going to the Bible to prove Jesus is God? Just go to their Quran. You're telling me to answer a fool according to his own folly. No. I'm not going to do that. No. Just no. Listen, I have no problem quoting the Quran and using it against Muslims, but you're not going to catch me refusing to tackle biblical topics when that is the topic at hand to address. Okay? When the topic is the Bible, you're not going to catch me doing Islamic polemics. We need to separate apologetics from polemics. Okay? They each have their place. When you're doing polemics, you shouldn't be doing apologetics. When you're doing apologetics, you shouldn't be doing polemics. Keep these in their proper domains. When the time is right, use them, but only in the right time. We got, I don't know if this is Roy or whoever, but Amaga Logos here. Oh my goodness, I'm so laggy. Okay, hold on a second. Okay, I should be good now. Yeah, the Amaga Logos here, great channel. I actually did a collab with them, where I did a voiceover and I messed up a few things, but it should be fine. I'm planning to do a collab with them. I have to finish the script, but I'm doing a script on Daniel 2 and Daniel 7 and responding to the Muslim argument on that. I'm trying to make it in depth. And yeah. Yeah. And maybe you'll see, Magalo's collab on a live stream soon. Because I want to review some of those debates on oh my goodness, on the gospel truth. And who knows, maybe we'll do the Trinity one. There's different options there. What in the world? Oh. Let's see here. What was I gonna do, dude? I just zoned out for a second. I'm sorry. One of those debate reviews. So the one of them that I'm gonna do, I have people that I'm planning to do it with. It's gonna be probably sometime after the 3rd of February, because that's when the debate happens. The one with Michael Jones and from the Spine Philosophy and the Orthodox Muslim. Rebecca Brown, P2I. I'm back. Yeah. So anyways, I should be oh goodness, I lost my train of thought. Oh my gosh. Let me restart. Dude, this is such a bad stream. Oh my gosh. Um February 3rd, after that, I'm gonna be trying doing sometime. I don't know the dates. I'll have to set them up. Honestly, I might just end the stream because this is horrible. Oh my goodness. All right, let me lock back in, dude. I'm sorry, guys. This is horrible. I didn't expect it to be this bad. But yeah, I'll figure that out eventually. Sometime after February 3rd should be when it happens. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay, so anyways, yeah, keep apologetics and polemics distinct, please. Like don't get mad at me for utilizing the Bible in a apologetic context. Okay? Um that's that's for dude, what am I doing today? Okay. When someone asks you about the Bible, right? You should be quoting the Bible. There's a time and place for, attacking the Quran. Right? When someone asks me, is Jesus God? If the first thing that comes out of my mouth is the Quran, unless I'm tying it back into the Bible, like there's actually a good argument where the Quran is utilized, but it ties back into the Bible. Okay? So that's the thing here. Like you're not gonna catch me just doing this. And I actually may have to make a video on this in the future because this is something that upsets me when apologetics actually becomes polemics and we never actually answer the objections brought against the Bible. It's always just polemics. Okay. I think honestly, if no one joins, I might just cover let's see here. I'm looking through. Yeah, I think what I'll do, I'll cover maybe this comment here. I'm gonna skip over this guy because it's just a bunch of spam after asking basic questions, and then we'll cover this guy here because this is insane. And we might call it because I can't focus right now. I don't know what's going on with me today. All right. Okay, so yes, Jesus is not Jesus, but he really lived in Gaul in the city of Saint Nazaire. And essentially, what this guy was getting at was that Jesus was from France. There were two Jesuses, one that's the Father, one that's the Son. They both are crucified, and this part of it was coming from medieval legends of people being buried in France that are associated with Jesus, but these aren't affirmed from the primary historical sources. So, I mean, for example, a vast majority, if not all of the archaeology pertaining to Jesus, pertaining to the New Testament, come from the Middle East. In the exact area where we identify Jerusalem and Galilee and whatnot, right? That is where the primary source information will come from. So, or excuse me, the archaeological evidence will come from. And the primary sources will identify him as coming from there. That's the historical evidence. So, like, for example, him saying the Pharisees are the Parisians, I might be butchering that. He's just connecting like similar sounding names, but this is not affirmed from historical documents and primary sources, primary source material. That's how you do. That's how you do history. He talks about this Russian researcher, whatever, yada yada. He's not actually a scholar. He doesn't know. He does not have any background in biblical studies. I believe he is actually a mathematician. And then, of course, like the Catholic Church and the Vatican stuff, right? That's which always comes up. So, just to cover that really quick, because this comes up a lot. When people make claims like this, ask for the evidence, and you'll see them scramble. I used to like just directly tackle these claims and like just try to refute them, but you don't even need to do that. All you need to do is ask for the primary source evidence. Just ask for the evidence, and then it's just they're gonna just they're gonna scatter around. They're gonna shift the topic, shift the burner fruit, whatever. They're not going to answer that question because they can't. You cannot prove this claim here. This cannot be proven because there's not a shred of evidence of it. It's bogus. It's baloney. It's made up, and it's an attempt to make your position unfalsifiable. When someone brings up the evidence, oh well, the Catholic Church, and the Vatican, they changed it or they wrote it, right? But this cannot be proven. You cannot prove it. It is not in history. You will not find this. You will not find the Vatican changing the Bible or canonizing the Bible or inventing the Trinity. You will not find this. You will not. It is ahistorical. It is not found in history. Oh boy. This is so slow, dude. Oh my goodness. This computer is going so slow today. I'm really sorry, guys. Skipping over to this guy. Because I'm practically done with him. We'll end with this. I don't really have many like super intelligent comments that I can address, which is unfortunate. Because I would like to address like some, more important issues but anyways, it's whatever. Worship of Nimrod is referring to Christmas, the beast of Revelation. The world is worshiping the beast as we speak. Now, I do want to talk about this because a lot of people just, oh my goodness, dude, there are like they bring in Revelation for no reason a lot of times. And I highly doubt like at least 95% of them don't actually interpret Revelation like that. I'm 95% certain that this guy here, what's his name? This is heaven. He doesn't actually believe that the beast of Revelation is Christmas. I don't believe that that's his actual position. A majority of the time, people just bring up things from Revelation just for the sake of it, just to make it sound like evil when they don't actually believe that. What's going on, Real Faith? I am probably going to be ending soon, unless if you join, I might stay a little longer. I don't know if you can join. I'm just like I can't like today. I'm just not. Oh my gosh, I'm not feeling it today. I don't know what's going on with me. But anyways, so like this is something you'll see. Like people just bring up something in Revelation and just makes the weirdest application when they probably don't even believe that that's what the text means. So case in point, there was a video I did a number of months ago on this YouTube channel from this false church. I don't remember what the church was called. It was talking. I could find the video really quick, but it's some false church that was saying that the three unclean spirits is the Trinity. This one right here, look. I forget what this is called. Kot Olgamo. But this video here, I don't know if this is a pastor or maybe they call him an apostle, but whatever he is, it's just insanity. That's and I doubt that's now maybe that's what they believe Revelation is talking about there. Fine. But it's just there's these wild interpretations of Revelation just for the sake of attacking Orthodox doctrine. Like you'll have them trying to attack oh my goodness, the Trinity by saying the three unclean spirits. Right? Now, in that video that right here, right? In this video, let me zoom in a little bit. In this video right here, they say that the three unclean spirits is, I believe, Satan, the Antichrist, and the false prophet. So they have a futurist view of Revelation, and yet they're not like. Also, they're also saying it's the Trinity, which I seriously don't get it. It's like they just have these bizarre, inconsistent understandings of Revelation just for the sake of attacking Christianity and attacking Christ. That's it. So back to the comment. I really don't know if this person actually believes that Christmas is the beast of Revelation. And I would say it's definitely not. Now, there's obviously a lot of debate on that. Some people say it's a future Antichrist. Some people say it's, Nero. I'm not going to get into that all here. But what I will say is, if you're going to bring up Revelation to expose a modern Christian practice or a Christian doctrine, whatever, please make sure your interpretation is actually a consistent interpretation of Revelation that you actually believe. And you're not just making it up just to attack something. Okay? That do not treat the Bible like that. Do not treat the Bible like that. Now, whether Christmas is worship of Nimrod, I would just ask, what is the evidence of that? I seriously, let me look up Nimrod. I believe that's like a pagan deity. Oh no! So, son of Cush, the great grandson of Noah, Nimrod was described as king of the land. Okay, that's so weird, dude. That is actually so odd. Dude, why am I getting spammed on Discord, bro? What the heck are they doing in the group chat here? Okay, I'll end here quickly because the Discord notifications are actually going to start getting me angry. Actually, I'm gonna mute the group chat for a second because this is actually starting to frustrate me. Unmute conversation. I just want to, for 15 minutes, just be quiet. There we go. All right. Anyways, so yeah, worship of Nimrod, the beast of Revelation. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't see the connection. Honestly, I don't see the connection here. I think I've beat that horse to death. I'm not gonna just press that anymore. It's just okay. Essentially, just a lesson for conspiracy theorists like that like to make those claims like Christmas is the worship of Nimrod, which is the beast of Revelation. Just ask them for the evidence, and then you'll see them scramble. It's as easy as that. It's and you'll see. Oh, okay. Aladdin's here. Actually, this is good. So I did respond to you, and I'll show you what's going on, Aladdin, because I think it's a YouTube glitch, and it's not your fault. So let me find your channel. Actually, I can do it from here. I'll show you what's going on. It's something on YouTube that's because I did respond to you, but it didn't like. It's horrendous. Let me go down. Here. Let's see. Screen up. Okay, yeah, the screen's up. You know what? I'm gonna do this. So, Aladdin, what you need to do is in your comments, you need to click here and then click newest, and then it all shows up. And you see how the replies got bigger? So look, I'm gonna go back to top. It says 3. You hit newest here, and it's 5.
So I asked you about a week ago here if you'd be able to do Monday, but I don't know if it's too late now because I don't know if Brother Maverick is still on vacation. And the thing is, it's like he can only do the live streams when it's really late in your country. That's the problem. So I would recommend that we go do it on the Christian Apologetics Network channel. I think they can do a good job hosting it. And we do like a back and forth on the Islamic dilemma or whatever. I think that will. Why the heck? Okay, hold on. Let's go down here to these stupid ads, advertisements. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I think if we do it there, it will just be a lot easier to set up and go through. Because doing it on Brother Maverick's channel, it's gonna be really difficult to set it up from there. So that's the problem. So unless you're able to join at like I think it's like 3 a.m. or 4 a.m. in your country, that's gonna be a problem because he doesn't do it on like he's not gonna do the stream. I asked him, he said he's not gonna do the stream earlier. So yeah, Aldine, well, I don't know if it's gonna work, honestly. I'll be honest. I don't know if it's gonna work if you wanted to do it on Brother Maverick's channel. I just don't think we'll be able to set it up like that. Because aligning all our schedules is gonna be ridiculously difficult. And with with only being able to contact you through YouTube, it's just gonna be like it's gonna be near impossible. I think that was I don't know when that was, honestly, because he's done earlier streams before, but as far as I know, for the past few months that I've known him, he hasn't really changed that much. He tries to stay the same time, stay the same time. So I don't know if it's gonna line up. Um, if anything, if you see him live and I'm there, if you can make it, uh, try to join and maybe we can have the conversation from there. But other than that, it's like, and let me just in case, because I also joined from TikTok when I can. Let me show you my TikTok account. Because sometimes I'm there, but it looks like I won't. Oh yeah. Oh, so maybe what because he starts at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And sometimes he goes live for a few hours, sometimes it's short. So I mean, if you're awake and he's live, like that might work. Okay, let's see. Um this is my TikTok with this. So if you see this profile picture on his live stream, then that's me there. Even though oh wait, hold on, I didn't even share the screen. Hold on, give me a second. Give me a second. Give me a second. This one right here with that Mr. Krabs. So that would be me. If you see that on his live stream, then that's me. So yeah. But I'll leave it at that. We'll figure it out. I don't think I can set up like a exclusive live stream where it's just us. But if you join, then I think that will work if you're awake and he's still live, then we can try to do it there. And then we'll just try to repost it on our channels because he'll let us do that. But yeah, I because setting up a live stream where we're doing it together for an hour or two, I don't know if that's gonna work. But if you happen to join while he's there, that's gonna be the best way to do it, probably, if you want to do it on his channel. But I digress. What's going on, Paul Smith? We are kind of getting ready to end here because yeah, this stream was really lackluster. Oh, you don't have to join from TikTok because he does it where so the TikTok and YouTube is together. So if you join on YouTube, then it's not going to be a problem because I'll be able to hear you either way. So you don't need to download TikTok for that. It's just if you see, let me show you an example. Let me show you an example because that's probably gonna. Okay, that's the wrong thing. Hold on. Okay. So I'm gonna do like this one. Share tab. I missed you. Oh, that's all right. That's all right. It is what it is. It wasn't. It was my fault. The stream wasn't going well because I was not like focused at all. But anyways, you see like on the side here where there's these people on TikTok, like you'll be able to hear them on both sides. Like this Chris is here on YouTube and these guys are here on TikTok. So it won't be yeah. I can't type on his live stream. He blocked me from the live chat. Well, all right. There should be a link though, to join in the chat. So I don't think you need to type. You just gotta click the link. Like, I don't know if it's gonna show it here. Let's see. Show it there. But here I'm gonna type this in the live chat here. Callsunit.net/call. So if you type that into a like Google or something, it'll let you join his live stream. So you don't need to like be in the live chat to join. I'll try to be on the YouTube side as well for some of these streams, just in case I see you join, so that I can let him know. But anyways, I think I'm gonna hop off now because nothing much is happening. No one joined for your discretion really, and I'm seriously not focused right now. So I gotta do the banner. Okay. I will try to start doing the live streams on John soon. I have to prepare like maybe a rough outline. I don't think it's going to be a super deep outline, but just something like sort of general so that I can um you know, I can use it as a reference for when I'm doing the live stream so that I can sort of not go with the flow, but sort of continuously go and do the the stream. But anyways, I think that's going to be it. We'll see how that goes. The introduction video will be Thursday, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's about 50 minutes long. So I got a nice long video there. I'm doing an introduction to John, and then we'll dive into the video series, the shorts, the live streams. It's gonna be some fun. Okay. That's gonna be it. I'm gonna just try to recollect myself here. I don't know what happened to me. I'm sorry guys about the live stream. It was a little awkward, but it is what it is. Thank you all for tuning in. God bless you all and goodbye.